Alright, today I'm gonna start the, I'm gonna continue on with the class, or the, quest line for Summerset Isles. I'm working on this little progress report here, so I need to, complete the Lost in Translation quest. So this is my achievement I'm working on for today. Complete the Dreaming Cave, Lost in Translation. Alright, so we're on in the Lost in Translation. I need to go back to our team to talk to Oriandra in the Right Master study. So So back to RTM. I did look at the I was here because I was looking for the main collectibles at the Cicero's food and general store. It was a lot of really cool orc stuff, but I don't want to do orc stuff right now since I'm still trying to decorate the Sijic Manor. So I'm just gonna continue on with the quest. I may do, I will be doing Conan Exiles later in the stream. Still, I like to get stuff done on these games. So, I'm just messing around with the recording all the stuff. I'm very new to it. Anyway, here we go. Gotta talk to Oriandra in the Right Master study. So that's gonna start us off on this next quest adventure. If I got I still have my little shield doodad. So I'm leveling up my Sijic skills. Where am I going? Wait. Yeah, I don't want to get a bunch of this stuff for my Sijic Manor. That stuff would be really cool. I need a Sijic Manor ration pack. I want the floating books. Absolutely. I want the floating bed. That would be too cool. Right in here.
Not derived from Aliad.
I hope that this stream is really nice and
correlation
smooth.
to Daedric linguistic
had a little trouble
patterns.
last time with some buffering with Elgato. Hopefully this goes a lot better.
Who's... Oh, don't you know not to interrupt a sage when she's deep in concentration? I suppose the Right Master sent you to see how my research was coming along. I've listened to his memory over and over, and I examined every relevant tome I could find.
Have you been able to identify the unknown language?
Not yet. The Master of the House of Reveries sent me his work. It relates to a similar language seen in the ruins of Ebon Stadmont, but I only understand a little of it. I wish Lathan was still one of us. He was a language expert.
Lathan's an expert on ancient languages?
Ancient languages and battle magic, to name just a few. Lathan betrayed us, and I don't trust him, but I've reached a dead end. We need help, and he's the best option I can think of. Take the notes and show them to Lathan. What do we have to lose?
Alright, I'll take the notes and talk to Lathan.
I'll let the Right Master know what I proposed. He may not like it, but he's always telling us to utilize every available resource. I think this qualifies. You'll find Lathan in Valserin's study. See if you can convince him to translate the words.
Do you really expect Lathan to help us?
I have no idea, but it's worth a try. I know Lathan and the Right Master were friends. I don't believe Lathan would purposely try to harm Ikesis. On the other hand, if Lathan thinks that helping us will help his cause, he'll jump at the chance.
Why do you think Lathan joined forces with Mephala?
I suppose it had something to do with his daughter. Eldaway was a beautiful girl, smart, sweet, and full of energy. She brightened the entire island. When she fell ill, Lathan and Valserin grew apart. It was how they dealt with the tragedy.
The Psijic Order couldn't save her?
Don't you think we tried? The Right Master, Valserin, the entire Conclave. But nothing helped. She grew weaker and weaker, and then she was gone. Val threw herself into her work after that. Lathan just grew more distant.
Shouldn't Valserin ask Lathan for this favor?
Only if you want to guarantee that Lathan refuses to help us. Haven't you seen them since they were reunited? Val wants to kill him, and Lathan hates her with a passion. They used to be so in love. Now it breaks my heart to see them like this.
Heavy stuff. Alright, let's research this book here. An unknown language covers the massive stone discovered in the heart of Ebon Stadmont. I have been able to make some progress in formulating a key to translate the ancient language, but I have so little work to do with saving the writing on the stone. This language is definitely older than anything I've studied in Tamriel or even in the whole of Nirn. I suspect it has some connections to Daedric, but as impossible as it sounds, I think this writing may even predate the language of Oblivion. I was able to translate one of the stanzas on the stone, but I have no idea what it signifies. The crow leads the way when our paths go astray, and the towering trees block the way. My efforts continue to yield results. I found the stanza to be particularly mystifying. A pair of crows to begin your search, then a lone crow upon a perch. But it's not one or two that open the way. The crows will have their say. The more I study this mysterious language, the more anxious and concerned I become. It sometimes seems that just trying to unravel its meaning is garnering the attention of forces I can barely begin to understand. I think I'll put this research away for a while and turn my efforts to other projects. Perhaps I'll finish writing that comedy about the three Khajiit who lost their silken gloves. Reference to a... That's cute. That is cute. Three kittens who lost their mittens. Alright. Gotta talk to Earl. Out here somewhere.
Interesting. You weren't this attentive when our daughter actually needed you.
Lathan, I need to go check on the night anyway.
Val, wait. Damn it. By the spinner's holy webs, when did I become an insufferable arse? Valserin didn't deserve that. Eldaway was her daughter too. Why am I talking to you about this? I know it isn't because I like you, because I really don't.
I don't care if you don't like me. I'm here on business, and just answer my damn question. I understand you're good with languages.
Is this some new attempt at interrogation? If so, I'm not familiar with the technique. Very well, I'll play along. Yes, I am a master linguist, specializing in ancient and obscure languages. Why do you ask?
The right master heard these words, but he can't translate them. They might point to the tower crystal.
Intriguing. I've never seen this dialect before. I can translate it, but I need more to work with. I need to examine the original tablets found at Ebenstadmont. That will never happen, of course. You do remember I'm a prisoner here, don't you?
I can go to Ebenstadmont. What do you need to complete the translation?
According to those notes, the writing is carved into a massive stone. I doubt you'd be able to carry it back here. All right, you've piqued my interest. Use this rune when you reach Ebenstadmont.
What does the rune you gave me do exactly? And, oh yeah, we got a couple of questions, so... I only care about the rune. Let's try that.
Nothing nefarious, if that's what you're asking. Just enter the forest, find the obscure language, and use the rune so I can see what you see. It won't do anything beyond that, I assure you.
What can I expect to find in Ebenstadmont?
According to the scribblings of this Grand Maestro Forte, Spinner's Web, that's a pompous title. The forest is a maze filled with all kinds of beasts and daedra. As to the reason why, who can say? Sometimes a cursed wood is just a cursed wood.
And, but just to be nosy, what's going on between you and Valsrin?
I don't see how that's relevant to our interactions. Not in the least. Still, my words were spiteful, meant to hurt her. There was no need for me to open old wounds. But why does this concern you? I'm your enemy. Are you too dense to see that?
Let's see. No, I'm not going to tell you that I need to stay ahead of you. I'm going to persuade you that what happened to you and Val was horrible. I'm just trying to help.
You and Ichesis, always sticking your noses into places they don't belong. I suppose I can appreciate that, but kindness won't help you in the coming war. Very well, I'll tell you this. Val loved our daughter, and our daughter loved Val.
So why do you hate each other?
Hate? I'm not sure what emotions I feel right now. But when my daughter was dying, when she was crying for her mother's comfort, Val wasn't there. She was buried in her work, too busy or too frightened to spend those final moments with Eldaway.
What does the rune you gave me do exactly?
Nothing nefarious, if that's what you're asking. Just enter the forest, find the obscure language, and use the rune so I can see what you see. It won't do anything beyond that, I assure you.
And what can I expect to find in Ebenstadmont?
According to the scribblings of this Grand Maestro Forte, Spinner's Web, that's a pompous title.
Right,
the forest is a maze filled with...
I already heard that. That's a repeat. I don't know why it makes it look like it's never been read before when I've already read it. Okay, off we go to this magical forest, which I have not done a side quest for on this character, so how this goes without having done a side quest. Alright, we have to go to Ebenstadmont. I'm sure that's in Summerset, so let's continue going. It'd be really cool if we could get him unmeshed from that other person real quick. Yes. Alright. Alright. Oh. And we need to go to a place right here. So but I kind of wanted to do the side quest separate from the main quest, because I can just kind of crank them out. Some of them would be interesting to do separate streams for. Alright, so off we go to the forest.
Wherever could that blasted mercenary be?
Okay, so this is another thing about the language. The language of Ebon Stadmont. My research has led me to seek out Ebon Stadmont, a forest of much rumor and speculation, but little known fact. Specifically, my curiosity lies within the mysterious language found throughout the forest. Inscriptions etched within the decayed ruins. This language is unknown, unstudied, and largely unquestioned. I suspect this has much to do with the hazards that the forest possesses rather than the inability to properly research said language. The forest twists in a way, moves as you walk through it. You'll see your destination just over the foliage. Walk through one of the many archways only to find yourself in a completely new location than the one you set out. It is some sort of teleportation magic at work. I suspect, though it seems seamless, one can hardly notice as it happens. Foliage is dense, bringing to mind a hedge maze more than a proper woods. It's obvious that someone or something designed this forest to be sectioned off, for the explicit purpose, I believe, keeping outsiders out. What connection these protective measures have with the language I plan to study, I am unsure, but perhaps through my research I can discover the answer. My initial findings within Ebon Stadmont have been, as I feared, inconclusive. I've had once believed the language to be similar in form to Daedric, but all experimentation to that end have yielded no results. Though this language may be similarly ancient, I do not believe it to have Daedric origins. And so I fear that I begin my studies from the ground up. The one blessing within this expedition has come from what I expected to be our biggest stumbling block, the forest itself. Have the rumors been exaggerated? All of our incidents within the forest's twisting nature have been both few in number and minor inconveniences at best. I've lost none of my troop, as I once feared I may, though I have ordered them to stick close together. I feel a sense of acceptance, as if the forest has judged us worthy of uncovering its mysteries. Or perhaps the magical protections here have waned over time. Whatever the case, I don't plan to allow this good fortune to go to waste. Setbacks or no, I am determined to research this language. Finally, the mysteries of this language begin to unfold. I was looking at it all wrong. That was my problem. I only saw a language consisting of mere symbols, something to be researched and translated. But these words have power. I see that now. Within the inscriptions contain an untapped source of magical energy. But try as I may, I cannot find a way to release it. To use it the way I feel it so deeply wishes to be used. The kind of creative energy full of an untold potential. But of what? The words are alive. They speak to me, sometimes if I listen close. The words whispered in my mind. The power that has laid dormant for so long, willing itself back into existence. Only I could discover how. That's the end of that lore book for this place. There's this lady here.
Greetings, my friend. Fancy meeting you all the way out here. Perhaps you could help me once more. I need an escort for my expedition. I expect we'll encounter some danger along the way, but I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle. And put simply, I found records of an ancient temple somewhere in this very forest. And I've come to study what secrets it may hold. I will warn you, Ebon Stadmont can be tricky to navigate. You'll have to keep a lookout.
Tricky to navigate? How so?
Travelers become lost, sometimes for days. From what I heard, the forest appears to shift as you move through it. We'll need to keep close together. So, want to help me unlock an ancient mystery? I must say, I do pay well.
Sure, I'll escort you through the Ebon Stadmont. I do have other business here, though.
Thank you for accepting my offer. I'm quite excited to be heading my own expedition. Hellinger may have a great mind, but sometimes a bit much. It's nice to finally be able to break free from being just his assistant.
Have you quit being Tellinger's assistant, then?
Oh, no, of course not. The Mages Guild still requires me to accompany him on his expeditions. I've just taken a short sabbatical, is all. As soon as I finish my research here, I'm sure I'll be off on more hair-raising adventures.
It seems as though you're not very happy as Tellinger's assistant.
Well, being Tellinger's assistant is informative in many ways, but I think now's the time to prove to the Mages Guild, and to myself, that I can strike out on my own. Ebon Stadmont just happened to catch my interest.
What's so interesting about Ebon Stadmont?
The ruins within Ebon Stadmont are ancient, perhaps even built in the Merethic era. They contain inscriptions of a mysterious language, which only a few have begun to translate. I believe these inscriptions can help lead us to the inner temple.
What can you tell me about the language?
It's old, even for a High Elf's perspective. I found translations of only a few phrases, and even those are sparse. An interesting topic for a linguist, perhaps, but for me it's only the means to an end. The temple is all I wish to investigate.
How will the inscriptions help us find the temple?
As I said before, this forest is tricky to navigate. The pathways twist and shift as you walk through it. That's why the temple hadn't been explored previously. Following these inscriptions should lead us to the temple.
Can you tell me more about the temple?
Not much. Even though one can see the temple through the trees, the forest has made all research near impossible. It most likely was a place of worship, now abandoned. For some reason, the worshippers wished for the temple to remain inaccessible.
Inaccessible? How so?
The nature of this forest doesn't allow travelers to simply walk to the temple we seek. Someone must have used magic to accomplish this, in order to keep outsiders from entering. Luckily, the inscriptions here should guide us.
Alright. So, I went ahead and picked up the side quest for this place. But our main quest here is still... Is this one lost in translation? So we're gonna go ahead and go through here. I think she's gonna come with us. I don't know if she's gonna help us. Should. Let's check it out.
We're looking for inscriptions. Alert me once you see any gibberish carved into stone.
Okie dokie. Is there a map? No. No map. And where I'm supposed to be? Oh, alright. How about this? This one.
Yes, this is exactly what we're looking for. Why, it's almost as if I can hear the words. Sel Ra Ang Yond. Eastern Temple? Daedra? I don't have time for distractions. Could you hold them off while I finish translating?
I already did. Oh, go.
The inscription indicates that the temple is further up. Quick, follow me.
She'll get us through here. Oh, what's that? What? Are you kidding me? No wewas. I don't want any wewas right now.
Hello? I think we got separated.
No kidding. Right, thanks. Alright, am I looking up here? Stones. Somehow we're not actually getting to the point where we can use that doodad. Where do we have to use this doodad at?
Is that you?
Uh-huh, yeah, it's me. I'm just trying to find where to use the doodad at. I need to use inventory regular quest items. See what I read that will allow Earl Lathan to see what I see in Evan. Oh, okay. Well, I know. Teleporting Hendrix. All right.
How did we get separated?
Well, I don't
was
know.
just behind you.
Yeah, you ran through here. I don't know what you did.
Oh, hello. How did we
Hello?
end up back here? Let's try this
Oh,
again.
I'm outside. God damn it. Alright. I don't know where am I supposed to use this thing. No effing map. Find a path through the ruins. Okay. I'll just follow her. I don't know if can I get through damn forest.
By Oriel, how did I end up here?
I don't know that. Right, that's another person. You go that way. It's gonna be a guessing game. Yeah, guess is as good as mine.
I swear I was walking in the opposite direction. Well, let's carry on.
Alright, good. Back together. This is where we started. Back together. So it was not the right hand side.
Hello? I think we got separated.
Alright, so I took that option, so I'll take this option. Up here. That one's not it. And there's just no map here.
This way! I'm over here!
This guy's having trouble too.
Well, seems the rumors are true. Ebon's Dadmont truly does twist around you. Perhaps another inscription will help guide us.
Alright, let's do this. You and me together, we'll work this out.
Aha! Now let's see. That voice again. Para ekne. Past, pathway? Daedra again? Ah, we don't have time for this. I've got it! Follow me. The temple should be just ahead.
Alright, we're going this way. Up. Just ahead, right through all the... What did I hit? Run? Walk? Did you go this way? I think she did. Alright, I lost you, lady. Here? Hi. This is what I'm doing is the actual side quest for this place. I don't know if it makes it easier to go through or not. I don't know where I'm supposed to use this stone. I'm assuming because I don't have a map in here. I'm just assuming I have to finish this puzzle. Where's finally? Oh, okay. Ruins. It still says I have to be out there. Examine the note. Any good books to read? No. Shelves are empty. Alright, just a note to it. Oh, it even says my name. Dear Kalima, if you are reading this, you've finally caught up to me. As I was translating the stone before you, a door opened ahead. I waited for you, but I cannot risk the door closing. Just read the inscription on the stone, and you should be able to follow. I think you'll find it easily enough to translate. May the stars guide you, and you in. Yes, don't worry, these bones aren't mine. Okay. Alright.
Hurrah, Volisto, the past revealed.
Oh. That's kind of scary.
Up there. Take care of that thing before it takes care of us.
Okay. The danger. Alright, let's put the bandage on.
Thank the stars. I think he's coming too.
Am I really an Aetherius? I didn't know they let your kind in here.
Don't worry, you're alive. Can I ask your name?
We of the House of Reveries have no names, only masks. But you can call me Fletch, because I specialize in the art of the bow, see? Oh, my aching head. How did I end up here? I don't remember a thing.
Do you remember coming to Stadmont?
Stadmont? I'm sorry, but I just don't remember. I must have come here with my traveling troupe, though. I wouldn't have left Relenthal without them. Someone must have ambushed me. A ferocious someone, given my state.
Perhaps it was the Daedra I just defeated.
Daedra? Mara's elbow, that doesn't sound good. Could you help me find my troop leader, Maestro Forte? I need to warn him. He should be somewhere nearby, I think.
Alright, let's go. Alright, back into the maze.
Forte!
Oh,
Is that you?
it's gorgeous.
Fletch!
Right.
What's happened? The whole troop is looking for you.
Grand Maestro Forte? Why, I had no idea you were in Stadmont.
Grand? Oh no, I'm simply Maestro Forte. Hardly worthy of the title Grand yet.
Oh, this place is gorgeous. That picture. Alright. Now we talk to them. Bye.
It appears you've saved Fletch from the brink of death. It brings to mind the story of Temerian, who of course was saved by the Nereids of... Ah, but now is not the time for such tales. Tell me, what has happened?
Anduin saved his life. He can't remember anything. But there are Daedra nearby.
Daedra? I had no idea. Our watch did report some strange creatures prowling about at night, but I've heard of no other attacks. Something must be attracting them here. Did you just come from the temple?
Yes, that's where we found Fletch.
The only thing of note I discovered within the temple is a glowing stone in its main chamber. I've yet to translate the stone's inscription, but it may be attracting Daedra to it. I found a similar stone nearby. Can you help me investigate?
I can do that for you.
Excellent. Why don't you and your companion head to the stone? Just follow the path north. I'll escort Fletch to our camp and make sure he's seen to. We'll meet back here afterward and share our findings.
We'll take care of it.
I know this is strange, but let's get to this stone. Perhaps it can answer some questions.
Why the actors are in the middle of this garden. It's gorgeous though, and I think I would like to use some of the ideas from here for my... Oh. Yeah, Subject Manor is going to become covered in trees. I'm going to take another shot here. Okay. Because I like the trailing vines and things here. Gorgeous. Did I do that right? Alright. And I like my little kitty cat when I got for the daily rewards. Which, by the way, I have to look. My daily reward here. Yeah. 2 hours till I can have the next one. Alright.
The House of Reveries in Stadmont? Why wouldn't I have heard about that?
I don't know. Why would they be here? Really, why would they be here? Okay. Danger all around in here. Yep. Let's switch around so we can see our danger friends more easily. Which would be this one. Right. Okay.
Leica, fall away. Future's door.
Did you hear it too? That woman's voice. At first I thought I was imagining it. Future's door. Drat. Well, I've realized where we are.
Where are we?
A House of Reveries expedition I've never heard of. Grand Maestro Forte rebuffing his proper title. And the temple room where we found Fletch? It looked the same as the room we first entered, but there wasn't a cobweb or broken pew in sight.
That does all seem strange, but what does it mean?
It means we ventured somewhere we never should have gone. The past. I know it seems far-fetched, but remember that stone we first activated? I thought the inscription referenced an event, but the past was a destination, not an occurrence.
Aha. That's different. Usually we see replays of the past, not go into the past. The stone in the temple sent us to the past?
That's my theory, and I'd rather not explore further to find out. Affecting the past has far-reaching consequences. It makes me wonder what trouble we've already caused. But this stone's inscription indicates it should send us back to the present.
How can you be sure?
I can't be sure, in all honesty, but we have to try. Otherwise, we'll be stuck in the past.
Alright, so let's use this stone to go back to the present.
This stone should lead us back to our natural time. All you need to do is keep that destination clearly in your mind. I'll follow right behind you.
Do you know about Maestro Forte's expedition?
It is quite intriguing. Grand Maestro Forte is the head of Summerset's greatest acting troupe, the House of Reveries. But I've also heard tale that he's a great academic as well, though perhaps I'm more familiar with his work than I thought.
What do you mean?
The research I've been using to help translate the language here came from an expedition that occurred around this time. Perhaps Maestro Forte wrote the very notes that led me here. I'll ask him, but I'd rather not affect the past more than we have.
Do you think we've changed the past already?
Well, Fletch was very close to death, and I recall seeing bones in our present time, right where I found him injured. Most likely he was supposed to die. I'm almost glad I was so ignorant when I healed him. I don't know what I would have done.
What do you mean?
As I said earlier, changing the past has far-reaching consequences. For all I know, healing Fletch could have dire consequences to our present. I would have had to weigh his life against the potential impact of that change. Quite a somber thought.
I see. Do you know why I hear a woman's voice reading these inscriptions?
I've been hearing this voice since I first started translating these inscriptions. It must be some sort of magic, connected to the inscriptions. Perhaps connected to the language itself, come to think of it.
Isn't this language ancient and not very well known?
Oh, it is rather odd for a mysterious language to speak to anyone who reads it. The misdirecting nature of Eben Stadmont must have kept researchers from studying these inscriptions, that's all. Not to mention the local wildlife.
It just seems rather convenient, a voice telling us where to go.
I'm not sure what to tell you. I do know that we have to return to our time, and quickly. This mysterious voice, whatever its motivation, is the only thing helping us do that. We have little choice but to follow it now.
No, it's true. All right, let's go.
It's you.
Oh, wow. It's definitely changed. Overgrown. Very. Uh-oh. think we've changed the future. We changed the present from what we did. Oh. We've done something bad.
Years and years, and I never could find you. And here you are, back where it all began. Looking as if you haven't aged a day. My friend, what happened to you?
I just came through the door to get back to our original time.
So the stone did send you to the future after all. I had feared the worst. That day I tried to follow after you and return to our original time, but the stone's magic faded, and the doorway closed. Try as I might, I couldn't get it open.
Oh, well, what did you do?
I was trapped within Ebenstadmont. For decades, I'd been studying this language and desperately searching for a way out. But my path would always lead me back here. But I did it. I finally found a way to go back, to stop this all from happening.
What do you mean?
I must stop myself from ever going back in time. I've been wasting my life within this cursed forest. The Southern Stone. That's the key to... Wait, what's that? Is that... Fletch?
Where?
Fletch! Ah!
I'm
Fletch!
sorry, dear, but your role has been cut.
The temple. You must go back. Go through the temple. The Southern Stone. Bane away, Tendel. Those are the words. Stop this from happening. Take my diary. It will prove everything.
Bane away, Tyndall. Bane away, Tyndall. Bane away, Tyndall. Bane away, Tyndall.
It's time for the grand finale of our little production.
Thus the play continues. I'll see you soon.
The hell are this? Those are hungers. Oh my god. Now what? I gotta go through this door. Goes to the garden. Now, where does this one go? Nowhere. Right? Out to the garden. This is just so pretty. I love this. Got sort of a map now of the garden.
Such an effort to escape me. I suppose I have what I need.
Okay.
Well, I suppose it's curtain call. You finally figured it out. Well, and Derwin figured it out, didn't she? But hey, you put all the legwork in. And here you are, just in time to stop our leading lady from ever performing her starring role.
Curtain call, wait. I just killed you after you killed Andawanden.
Ah. Did you kill me? Truly? Not even an accomplished healer could bring me back? And yes, I did take part in Anderwin's final scene. Or rather, I will. All a matter of perspective there, you see. But she shouldn't have tried to cut the act short.
The act?
Anderwin was the leading lady of our production. It was up to her to uncover the mysteries of Ebon Stadmont, to find the true potential of its hidden power. But she found a way to escape, and in her last breath told you the way back to the start.
Back to the start? Does that mean I'm in the present?
Sadly, yes. And so my part must end as well. I put on quite the performance, though, don't you think? The poor, confused soul, the dastardly villain, the mysterious sage. But I think you have a task to do, don't you? A dying wish to fulfill?
I need to stop Anduin from going to the past.
Yes, our heroine should be just outside, if I remember correctly. After so many times around, though, I tend to lose track. Well, no need to get into all of that.
Oh, wait, I still have questions. Who are you?
I told you the very first time we met. I'm Fletch. I used to be a mere actor, but now I serve a greater force. I've served her for quite a while now, helping to find the true power of Ebon Stadmont. With Anderwin's help, of course.
You serve a greater force. What do you mean?
What did Anderwin call her? Ah, the Spirit of the Sanctum. An appropriate title as any. She rules over this forest. I think she always has, though I'm not quite sure. She needed the power here, you see. Ebon Stadmont was integral to her plans.
Her plans?
Don't bother asking me. Mostly because I have no idea. I would have died had the spirit not saved me. And it wasn't too bad. A supporting role at best. I'd make sure the loop continued, make sure Anderwin kept researching again and again.
Continue the loop? I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I barely understand, and I've lived through it. And it's done now, in any case. You made sure of that. But I think the spirit learned enough. It will have to do.
What did the spirit learn enough about?
The language here, of course. You see, it's all rather tricky. Only mortals are able to use the language. That's what allowed you to travel through time after all. And Anderwin was the perfect candidate to uncover its secrets.
So Anduin was trapped in Ebon Stadmont to study the language?
Yes. All our heroine needed was the proper motivation. Anderwin was trapped within the forest, unable to get out. Then she would hear a whisper, guiding, always guiding. And as Anderwin used the language, my mistress would be watching.
Okie dokie, so... just been to the past and the future and present. Now all I have to do is complete the main quest part of this. Don't know if we've unlocked any special abilities in this for us to get through it. if it was required. Alright. Oh, we've got crazy ending. Alright, here we go.
There you are! How did you get inside without me seeing you? We finally made it to the temple. Oh, I just can't wait to see what secrets are inside.
This temple is a trap. We need to leave this forest right now.
The temple is a trap? What do you mean?
Here, this book should fill you in.
A book? Why, this is my handwriting. I've been trapped within this forest for decades now. Trapped within the past. My face is filled with wrinkles. My heart darkened with regrets. My life was stolen from me.
Something led you to this temple, all in an attempt to trap you here.
Something trying to... My goodness. This is all so hard to wrap my head around.
That book should fill you in on the details, but for now we must leave.
Yes, I agree. You've gone above and beyond protecting me during this expedition. Though the details seem a bit complicated, to think I would have been trapped here, I'd say our contract is concluded. Thank you for all you've done.
Alright. Thank you for this.
I suppose I did succeed in this expedition. The notes you've given me are written by my hand after all. Though of course that me won't exist now since you've stopped me and I'm going to stop now. Before my head hurts.
I only know you were trapped here.
I'm sure these notes will give me more details. The best thing to do now is share our findings with the Mages Guild. Let them know how dangerous this forest truly is. As for me, I'll join back up with Tellinger.
Are you upset to be going back to Tellinger?
You know, it may be silly, but I suppose I came here to step out of his shadow. If I could be the one to crack Ebenstadmont, well, perhaps that would be enough. And then I was trapped in the past to serve a mysterious being. Oh, I would have been.
I could see where that would put you off.
Tellinger is the one who makes brash decisions and puts us all in danger, and I'm the one who helps fix it. Yet as soon as I lead, I find myself in the same position as him. For now, I'd rather clean up his messes rather than make my own.
Fair enough. Now, we're going to have to figure out where we're going to use this, where we have to use this, stone. So...
Well, it is a lovely view, once you put aside all the strangeness.
Alright, we only have one guide way to show us where to go now for this main part of the quest. Is it up here? Because I don't see any other place. Oh. Over here? Oh. I'm not actually in there. Alright, so, you don't actually need, I'll put markers in here from here. I don't know how to do markers. I want to do a marker in the theme. 3 markers, here we go. Add right there. This is end of the end Ebon Shadow side forest side west. So I'll add that there. That's nice. Okay, my first time using the stream marker. That's neat. Alright, so now to continue with this Lost in Translation, what we have learned today is you do not need to actually be inside the Ebenstadmont forest, you need to be outside of it. So look over here. So there's this main road up here and the bridge, and the way shrine is over here. So you come down the way shrine, come over the bridge, and then come up this little path towards the Cloud Rest dungeon entrance. And you're gonna go off the pathway over to this little corner. And that's where we pick up the main Summerset main quest, Lost in Translation, outside the Ebenstadmont main area. Here we go.
Ah, the rune is working perfectly. It's almost as if I'm standing right next to you. I can feel the powerful magic that permeates this place. I sense a Daedric influence, but something that's far older than my Prince Bathala.
What should I be looking for?
The Maestro's note said the ancient words were etched into a massive stone. I expect you'll need to travel deeper into the forest to find the exact location. I can't translate the words the right master heard until you find that stone.
It is good that I've finished this Eben Shadow Forest thing, because now I can actually answer this truthfully. I've been here before, but without a guide, there's no way through this maze.
Just retrace your steps. You likely walked by the massive stone and didn't even realize it. Wait a moment. The Maestro's notes had a passage about crows and a path. Just refer to the book and hope for the best, I guess.
Alright, I'll find the stone.
Refer to the book and use the rune again when you locate the ancient writing.
Alright, so this is the Grand Maestro's Research. And that's the one that we already read. So, let's kind of look at that again. Pretty short. Crows lead the way when our paths go astray and the towering trees block the way. A pair of crows to begin your search, then a lone crow upon a perch. But it's not one or two that open the way, the crows will have their say. Alright. So that's our big hinteroo. Alright. So back into the forest this time. This is the only quest we're doing in here. Hello, beautiful Indrek. We are going to have one of you someday. So pretty. So pretty. Oh, look. I found something. Oh, I want that. Treasure map. Some lockpick. Okay. Leave her alone. Don't talk to her. Why is she still camping out here, by the way?
I suppose I did succeed in this expedition. The notes you've given me are written by my hand after all. Though, of course, that...
Alright. She's still hanging out here. In we go. Back to the Ebenstadmont. The crows lead the way. That's a squirrel. Crows. And for crows, navigate Eben Shadow. Want to bother the Ender, because I like them. There's no crows here. Oh. Please spot that. Hey, where's the dang crows? Right, book again. Crows lead the way when our paths go astray and the towering trees block the way. A pair of crows to begin your search, then a lone crow upon a perch. But it's not one or two that open the way, crows will have to say. So I'm looking for a pair of crows. Alright, we'll just start in here. It's just gonna be frustrating me to tell. We just go through here. Oh, well. Oh, well. Thank you for the host, Fly. I'm lost. I'm confused. Alright. I'm supposed to look for crows. I'm in an enchanted forest. But, it's like a maze, but not and I'm looking for crows. Haven't seen any crows yet. I'm lost. Use the research book to help navigate the forest. Okay, fine. Look for a big stone, okay? Crows lead the way when our paths go astray and the towering trees block the way. There are crows to begin your search, then a lone crow upon a perch. But it's not one or two that open the way, the crows will have their say. I'm also looking for a big tablet, so... Not seeing anything. I don't see crows. Tablets. Okay, where's this? Can I go this way? We've already been to the past and the present today and back to the future and still nowhere closer to finding the stupid stone. So time travel confirmed. Crows. Crows. Well-was. Butterflies. Well-was. Alright, there's two entrances here. There's one there. I should pay attention to which ones I've been taking. Let's go to I'm in combat. This is the pathway with one up there and one up there. This is going to drive me crazy. Let me out. Here. maybe I can't take that one. Alright. Nope. Just do this one then. Alright. You're here, I'm here, we're all here. Very new. Ender is like, no. Alright, so let's do this. Looking for crows. If you're not a crow, you should die. I think I went up here. And yeah, that's where I first went, so I went there. Try over here. I don't see crows yet. Wait, oh my god! The crows are statues, they're not actual crows. Okay, but there's the 3. Holy cow! And I can't go, so 2. Alright, so here we go. We have to go 2, 1, and then 3. Okay. Alright. Oh my god. Finally. Okay, 2 to start the search. There we go. Wow! Finally figured it out! That I was looking for statues on the archways with crows. Okay. Alright. Then a pair of crow to begin your search, then a lone crow upon a perch, but it's not 1 or 2 that open the way. Crows will have their says. Then we have to go. Did the 2. I need to find the 1. And then that's the 1. And I go for the 3. This is 3. Alright. In. There we go. Wow. That took me a little while to figure out that I wasn't looking for actual crows. I was looking for statues on the archways. Okay, we use the rune. There's shadow kitties. Lone wolf, and there's
Have you found the inscription? Not yet, but the inscription is nearby. I sense something else, though. Nocturnal's presence.
You think? I'm thinking with all the shadow things here, yeah.
The Grand Maestro mentioned Daedra, and I never imagined they'd belong to one of the patrons of the court Bedlam. This changes everything. Now I'm really interested in helping you translate the Right Master's memory.
What do you mean? What does this have to do with Nocturnal?
An excellent question. But we won't learn anything if you continue to stand here and talk to my projection. Get moving and find that inscribed stone.
Yes, sir. Some candles. I can make some candles. Stop barking! What, really? Defeat one of those things? Alright, I gotta tab this. Tab target this. There we go. That's it.
The ancient inscription. You found it. Something isn't right. I feel our connection breaking up. It's Nocturnal's Earl.
Now that Lathan's gone, we can talk freely. These words of power, they aren't meant for mortal eyes. As an Earl in the court of Bedlam, believe me when I say that Lathan isn't being totally honest with you.
As an Earl in the court of Bedlam, why should I believe a word you say?
I wish to maintain the balance of power among the Daedric Triad. If Lathan translates this language and passes the secret on to his mistress, Mephala, she'll gain an advantage that'll threaten my prince, Nocturnal.
It sounds like the Triad of Daedric Princes isn't as united as we thought.
Speculate all you want. I'm here to present you with a gift. Nocturnal wants me to provide you with the meaning of the ancient words. It's in all our best interests for the Right Master to remember where he hid the heart of transparent law.
So what do the words mean?
The phrase the Right Master remembers, the one that repeats itself over and over. It's a spell to retrieve something hidden. When the time is right, he just needs to repeat the phrase and the heart's hiding place will be revealed.
Why doesn't Nocturnal retrieve the heart herself?
My mistress doesn't explain herself to me, and she certainly won't explain herself to you. I assume, though, since the heart was hidden by the Right Master, then only the Right Master can retrieve it.
You knew exactly when and where to contact me. How?
Artaeum is only as isolated as it allows itself to be. First, the Abyssal Pearl allowed the Sea-Slowed Mephala to invade the Sidgic Island. Then you took Lathan, an Earl in the court of Bedlam, prisoner. We know your moves before you make them.
What does the Triad of Daedric Princes hope to achieve?
Our princes plan to do away with the laws imposed by other powers. They want to remake Nirn, reshape it to better suit their every inclination. Of course, to do this, all obstacles must be cast aside, including the other Daedric princes.
Holy cow, this is like they want to wipe the slate clean. That means me too. So what does the Court of Bedlam get out of all this?
The court isn't evil. We wouldn't be a part of something that didn't add to the greater good. When our princes are done, war and sickness will be eradicated. There will be true peace and godhood for the court, as befits beings of our stature.
How did you get involved in all of this?
I am a dark elf, a child Morrowind who lost her way. Anger and despair almost overwhelmed me, until Nocturnal reached out to comfort me. The Night Mistress filled me with new purpose, and gave me something greater than myself to believe in.
But you're not a high elf like the other members of the Court of Bedlam.
While it's true that the court consists primarily of high elves who believe their birthright is the key to godhood, I am not so naive. Nocturnal selected me as her Earl. She taught me that loyalty is the path to ascension, and my loyalty is strong. Tell the Right Master, it's a spell of retrieval.
Finally, I've re-established my connection to the rune. Tell me what Nocturnal's Earl said to you. I can't believe Nocturnal's Earl interfered like that. We're supposed to be allies. Why would she want to stop me from reading that ancient inscription?
Nocturnal's Earl said that the ancient phrase is a spell.
A spell? Interesting. And somehow connected to the Right Master's forgotten hiding place. I wonder why Nocturnal decided to share this information. She isn't usually the most forthcoming of the court's esteemed princes.
Nocturnal's Earl also indicated that you've been informing the court about our plans.
Right. I told them to interrupt my research before I could unravel an ancient and powerful language. Look, you should come back to Kapora Tower now. The Right Master wants to hear everything my associate shared with you. And frankly, so do I.
All right. I'll see you back there.
I just wish I could have spent a few moments studying that inscription.
That's intense. They want to wipe the face of Nern and start over again. That cannot happen. That cannot be happening. Sephora Tower. That means we are going back to Artem. Yeah. So far, it's a really good storyline. It's pretty intense. Got tragedy, we've got broken marriages, we've got Daedra that want to remake Nern. That's you know, how good can it get? Here we go. Right, Master, where are you? Guess what I found out? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Right, Master? Hey.
Oriandra, you should have consulted me beforehand.
She saw an opportunity, and she took it, Tychesis.
Silence, Lathan! Need I put you in chains to remind you of your status here?
I'm sorry, Right Master. We should have asked permission. It won't happen again.
Alright, okay, back to, like, important messages. Here we go.
This escapade of yours could have been disastrous. What were you and Oriandra thinking, trusting Lathan to help us translate the ancient language? Now nothing you discovered can be trusted. We're back to square one.
Oh, not bad. Nocturnal's Earls say the words you remember are a spell that will reveal the heart's location.
I observed what I could through Lathan's connection, but it seems to me that the Court of Bedlam is just trying to confuse us. What do you think? Should we trust Nocturnal's Earl or not?
Well, that's a good question because I'm suspicious about why they want him to find that, and because they want to remake Nern. Well, they definitely do want you to find it. We need to be cautious. I think we're going to be cautious.
Then we're no better off than we were. Except now we have the Golden Knight. Let's proceed and hope for the best. Perhaps I'll remember more after we use the portal. Go outside and retrieve Darien, then meet me in the Dreaming Cave.
Alright. Let's go find Darien.
No matter whether Nocturnal's Earl spoke truth or lies, we need to recover the heart of transparent law. I'm sure I hid it somewhere beyond the Daedric barrier. Was there anything else before you go and check on Darien?
Do you remember anything else about this supposed spell?
I remember I tried to resist the Sea Sloat's compulsion and was able to maintain a sliver of control. But as for a revelation spell, where would I acquire something in such an obscure language? And whose voice do I hear echoing in my mind?
Oh, voices. You don't remember anything else?
I remember using what control I still possessed to foil Katora's plans. I recall forging a bargain with someone I have no memory of. I remember that it was the only way to assure the heart's safety.
Maybe we should leave the heart of transparent law hidden away.
That, my friend, would be a mistake. Summerset's ancient defenses have withered since the transparent law crystal was broken and the heart removed. Every moment the crystal tower remains incomplete, another protection falls away.
But what if this is all just an elaborate trap to get you to reveal the hiding place?
I'm sure that it is. But in that certainty, we gain an advantage. You'll be at my side when we locate the heart, and you'll be there to help defend it from the Court of Bedlam and their princes.
I always am. Alright, let's go. Okay, where's Darien? Darien, come here. Darien.
Your wounds, they're just gone.
I've always healed fast, Val. I can call you Val, right? Give me a moment. I'd like to chat with our friend.
Of course. Then go to the Dreaming Cave. The Right Master's ready to begin.
I wanted to thank you again for getting me out of Mephalah's realm. Wasn't anything like I originally imagined. Oh, and I wanted to let you know that I was able to repair the Dawnbreaker. The sword's power should allow us to breach the barrier.
Looks like you have fully recovered.
No thanks to the Psijic healers. I thought they were going to slice me open to try to figure out what makes me... well, me. I'm glad you stopped by, though. I wanted to talk to you. In private.
Oh. Private. So what do you want to talk about?
This might sound like a strange question. In fact, depending on how you answer it, it is a strange question. Do you remember me? I'm not talking about here in Summerset. I mean, from someplace else.
Yes, of course I remember you. Gosh, it's been like 3 years. I thought we lost you in Cold Harbor.
Yeah, it was terrible. One moment I'm fighting Molag Bal, and the next I'm stuck in the colored rooms without any kind of explanation. I tried everything I could think of to get out of there, but nothing worked until Meridia gave me this mission.
So you didn't die?
I thought I did. After the big flash of light, I remember floating. Then there was more light. Meridia was there. She told me I was in her realm. Other than her lectures, it was pretty boring. Come to think of it, those were pretty boring too.
You said Meridia gave you a mission.
Oh yeah, she said I was supposed to help you stop the Daedric princes, to keep them from reaching the Crystal Tower. Problem is, she didn't tell me how we were supposed to do that, and now I can't seem to reach her. I hate to admit it, but I'm worried.
Let's go get the heart back.
Fixing Dawnbreaker was surprisingly easy, by the way, especially considering that I had never repaired a Daedric artifact before.
Before we go into the Dreaming Cave, can I ask you a few questions?
Questions? Not like a test or anything, though, right? Tests give me a rash. But sure, yeah, what would you like to know?
Well, I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been?
Being in the colored rooms was fun at first. Those golden saints were pleasant to look at. Their personalities leave a lot to be desired, though. I've had better conversations with the floating rocks than with those shining arses.
Why did Meridia send you to her realm?
I ask myself that question every day. Meridia said I had a purpose, but she refused to elaborate. She said I'd recognize it when the time was right. Nothing more comforting than a Daedric prince being all vague about your fate.
What does Meridia want you to do?
Help you. She talked about you a lot, as a matter of fact. We've already stopped one Daedric prince together, right? How hard can it be to stop 3?
Long time ago, buddy. You look Breton. I really don't care about this question, but what are you really?
I wish I knew the answer to that. I remember my father well enough. He was a Breton, but I never met my mother. In fact, now that I think about it, my entire child is kind of a blur. I never questioned that. I'm not really sure why.
Did Meridia tell you anything?
Meridia only ever told me I was her vessel. I can't say I remember volunteering for that job, though. I have her magic inside me. I've had it all my life. I can feel it. But why? I have so many questions.
Such as?
Who I am, what I am, why the amazing good looks and roguish charm if I'm just here to stomp on Meridia's enemies. I mean, I guess if I was a prince, I'd want a dashing champion, so I can't blame her for that.
Do you always walk around strangers half-dressed?
Hey, I got stabbed a bunch, remember? You can't examine battle wounds with your armor on. Besides, this sea air is good for the skin. Ask anyone.
I could get used to this.
I'll try not to distract you too much until after we've saved this world. After that, I don't have any plans, if you don't.
Alright. Let's continue on. Where are we? Done anything? We've lost. Haven't done the Dreaming Cave. Alright, we're still not even barely started on this. Have some of this. Off to Dreaming Cave, where we can really get to work. Saving the world. Darian, hey there.
Wait! Don't start without me!
Oh. Of course not. Oh.
We're as prepared as we can be without knowing exactly where this pathway leads. I've even set wards that will help protect me from the Daedric Princess. Remember, though, our primary goal is to recover the heart of transparent law.
Alright, how do we activate the portal?
The Golden Knight must wield the reforged Dawnbreaker to breach the barrier. Then we simply step through the portal and see where it takes us. I expect we may call upon your fighting skills before all is said and done. Are you ready to proceed?
I'm ready, let's go.
Sir Darian, deal with this barrier, if you please.
My pleasure.
Whoa.
The way is open. Let's go.
Wow. Darian, you're fucking amazing. Here we go. The Evergloom. That's where we're going.
I'll be all right,
My
Valsarin.
music.
Manipulating the Dreaming Cave always exhausts me.
We'll take it slow. Let the others clear the path for us.
Because this is some spectacular music. Very eerie. But I want that, you know? Like, I have Dawnbreaker on my bar. I want the sword that makes it look like I should have it. Alright, here's my companion. I can't go wrong now.
I expected the pathway to lead to some obscure corner of oblivion, but this is Nocturnal's realm. I wish I could remember what compelled me to hide the heart here.
You hid the heart of transparent law in Nocturnal's realm?
The heart is here. I'm positive. Now that I think about it, this location has a familiar feel. I've been here before. I just need to remember where I placed the stolen crystal.
How do we find the heart?
Take Darian and scout the path ahead. Look for any signs that might indicate where I hid the heart. Valsarin will assist me and we'll follow behind you. As much as it pains me to admit, my many years are finally catching up with me.
Darian and I will scout ahead.
Be prepared for anything. This is Nocturnal's realm, after all.
So it's just a straight path run down this way. Yep, I figured. We're gonna have some shrikes. Alright. Come on, Darian. Oh wow, what the hell is that? Oh, Wrath of Crows.
Nocturnal's minions aren't exactly modest, are they? Not that I'm complaining.
Wow, this is amazing. Good shot. Alright. On we go. To the mobs.
The featherless one walks the path once more. But where is the pretty crystal he carried last time?
Did that bird just talk? You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Pay the crows no mind. They're nothing but an annoyance. The crows serve as Nocturnal's eyes. She watches us through these annoying little creatures. There's nothing to do about it except to keep moving forward until we find the hiding place.
What did the crow mean by the featherless one walks the path once more?
I remember carrying the hard, transparent law along this path and up toward the mountain above. I remember Nocturnal's creatures moved aside to let me pass. Obviously, they aren't as accommodating as last time I was here.
Should we keep going?
I don't see any alternative, do you? Perhaps more memories from when I was last here will return as we continue along the path. Clear the way ahead, if you please.
Alright. I've been doing. We have a new destination. Yep. Wow! Darian, you're giving me a synergy. Oh, holy cow! Didn't know that. Alright.
Remind me to wear lighter armor next time we have to climb a mountain.
Wear lighter armor. Alright. Go. Wow, that's a great synergy. That's like insta-kill. Aaron, you're awesome. What is light with? What's that for? I want to have a Darian all the time. other race.
This one couldn't resist the sea sload, not on his own. Ah!
What nonsense is this?
He doesn't remember. So desperate he was, he leaped at our mistress's offer. Ah!
Speak plainly, crows. Come back here.
Ichesis, calm down. Their words mean nothing.
This is getting stranger and stranger.
The crows. Their words stir the echoes in my mind.
So you did accept an offer from Nocturnal.
I remember fighting the sea slode's compulsion with every fiber of my being, and I was losing. I remember searching for something, anything, to keep me from giving Keturah the heart.
Do you remember anything else? Yeah, good cat puppy.
I remember Nocturnal appearing before me, offering to help me hide the heart away in a place that no one would ever find it. Then, let's keep going. Clear the path ahead while I try to recall the rest of the memory.
Alrighty. Okay, I killed him before we could do the synergy.
Be ready for anything.
I would like us to get a skin. Like one of these things. Cool.
The path ends here.
I remember this.
Ichesis, what are you saying?
I'm saying I remember taking the heart through that portal. With every step along this path, my memory grew clearer. This portal, it leads to where I had my fateful meeting with Nocturnal, where she offered to aid me in my struggle against the sea slow Keturah.
What kind of aid did she offer you?
Nocturnal offered me a spell that would hide the heart from everyone. The sea slowed, Nocturnal, even from me. As soon as I hid it away, my memory of even possessing the crystal faded like a distant dream.
So the heart is on the other side of this portal.
I assume so. Some of the details still elude me. I remember entering the portal with the heart, then returning here without it in my hands. Since I cast a spell with those ancient words, only I can use it again to unseal the hiding place.
What about Nocturnal?
My preparations included numerous wards of protection. They should allow me to resist even the magic of a Daedric prince, at least for a short amount of time. Through the portal, I remember an ancient ruin. Head for that, and we'll meet you there.
Alright, then open the portal and let's go find the heart.
Step cautiously. I remember very little about what lies on the other side of this portal.
Oh, thought you were gonna do something. Alright, in we go.
Recite the words of power! Recite the words of power! Recite the words of power!
I remember the words, but I don't know exactly what they mean. Once I begin the spell, be ready for anything.
Alright, I'm ready. Cast the spell and reveal where the heart is hidden.
My friends, the heart of transparent law will soon be back in our hands. Heart, reveal yourself. Ganoro Berin.
Your chest, it's glowing.
Ijavil. Of course. I put the heart inside myself. It was the perfect hiding place.
Oh, fuck.
Look, Mephala. The mortal hid the heart inside his own body. How clever.
Uh-oh. Mephala and Clavicus Vile. This could be bad.
But why did Nocturnal keep this from us? No matter. I'll take the crystal now, right, Master?
My wards shall protect me.
Impressive for a mortal. But the wards won't hold long against our power.
Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command.
Oh my god, they're fighting us.
Struggling, mortal. You're only delaying the inevitable.
Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power.
Fight, Icasis! Just hold on!
Oh my god! I want to watch this, but I want to fight.
Command me, I'll use the sword's power. Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command. Where do all these Daedra keep coming from?
Oh, that turns her into the time stop.
Hold still, mortal, and I'll make this quick.
Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power.
Promise me you'll lead them.
Don't even say it, Akisis! Just keep fighting!
Command me and I'll use the sword's power. Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command.
Wow.
Daring me!
So she
back!
time stops him.
Mafala,
And
stop
he puts
that!
his synergy.
I've got him! Wait, what's the...
Nocturnal! How dare you interfere!
Get out of my realm, princess. You are no longer welcome. The heart belongs to me. We made a deal, didn't we, mortal?
Akisis!
I did what I had to. I hid the heart, even from you. The only way to retrieve it is to kill me.
Very well. I accept those terms.
No!
Oh, holy
We need to go, now!
No. Ah!
Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power.
Kill it now, thank you. Oh.
Right, Master! Damn it! Hang on! I'll get us out of here!
Dawnbreaker will protect us. I hope.
Meridia's vessel. You have no power here.
I'll show you power, you monster!
The sword of light. I'll take that.
My sword!
What?
I just fixed that!
The heart is mine, and soon the crystal tower will belong to me. I no longer need Mafala or Vile.
Hold on! I'm getting us out of here!
Oh my gosh. I was not 100% participating, but wow. NPCs did a good job of the fight. I saw how they were using that time stop, and I now have a better idea of how we're actually supposed to be using it.
Valzarin? Where's the Right Master?
Nocturnal killed him. We couldn't stop her.
No! That's not possible!
Yeah, totally impossible.
This doesn't make any sense! What happened to the Right Master?
Nocturnal killed him. She has the heart of transparent law now.
I don't believe it. The Right Master, Akisis, he's the best of us. Besides, I thought only he could reveal the heart's hidden location.
He hid the heart in his own chest. Nocturnal tore it out and killed him.
I knew he was remembering things, but I had no idea he was so desperate. To make a deal with a Daedric prince? Even to foil the sea slode? That was just foolish. In retrospect, though, I might have done the same. How do we beat the Triad now?
I don't think the Triad exists anymore. Nocturnal took the heart for herself.
Nocturnal betrayed the other princes? Actually, that's rather typical from what I've read. Without the heart, without the Right Master, what are we supposed to do now?
We have to find another way to stop Nocturnal.
I'm not sure there is another way. With the heart of transparent law, Nocturnal can control the Crystal Tower. And with the Crystal Tower, she can... well, I'm not sure why she wants the tower. We'll need need to consult a few experts about that.
Alright, so that's that section done. We got a skill point. We got a magic warden gauntlets, but they're don't know what that's for. It's an outfit style. Oh, okay, cool. So that's an outfit style that we get for the gauntlets, okay. And a battle sword set item for the Grace of the Gloom set. Sharpened. Nice. Okay.
Grief does us no good unless we use it to focus our commitment. We need to rally our forces. It's time to turn this Daedric tide before the waters of oblivion overwhelm us. Thankfully, Sotha-Sil returned while you traveled the Dreaming Cave.
Did Sotha-Sil have any news to share?
Sotha-Sil said he had information meant only for Rightmaster Akesis' ears. He asked me to send the Rightmaster to see him when he returned from traveling the Dreaming Cave.
Someone needs to tell Sotha-Sil that the Rightmaster is dead.
We also need to convince Sotha-Sil to share the news he brought with us. But without the Rightmaster, he may decide to simply depart. Like all the members of the Dark Elf Tribunal, he can be very enigmatic. Maybe you should talk to him.
I'll speak to Sotha-Sil.
We need to rally our forces, my friend.
Wow, heavy shit. Lost our Rightmaster. So our achievements, where are we now? What have we just done? Complete the Tower Sentinels quest. I've just done this. Say that I've done. Okay, now Resolute Guardian. Alright, enemy of my enemies is the next sector of quests for the main quest line. See how far we are with the main savior. Okay, we've only done so that is the end of Lost in Translation. Tower Sentinels quest. I'm gonna put a little marker in to find it. Alright. I love this marker stuff. So it's been 2 hours. It got a little delayed because I did the side quest for that Ebon Garden place and didn't have to, as it turns out. So I know now not to do any of the side quests, even if it looks like I'm going into a location that the main quest is. So let's gonna do. Beginning of another quest, a necessary alliance quest chain. I think I will do that another time. I do want to get back to doing some Conan, and I didn't want these main quests to take up too much time for my YouTube conversion. So I'm gonna switch games, and that'll be the end of this quest line for today, and I'll do another one at another time. So we're going to switch games, so I'll go ahead and mark that. I'll switch over to the intermission.